Greetings, fellow fans. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Mercy, and this is the Funny Pajamas YouTube channel. So, the latest episode of Loki has dropped today. The name of the episode is The Variant. Well, today, this video will come out probably the next day or the day after. So, depending on that. So, I'm here to give my quick spoiler-heavy review on the subject. Now, please note, I'm telling you straight away, if not seen by the title, what's given in the title, and the huge spoiler sign, there are going to be significant spoilers. We'll go into detail. So if you do not want to be spoiled for the series, go save this video for later. Go check out the latest episode that's up, then come back here and we can have a fun discussion. And also, if you're new to this channel and you haven't done so already, why don't you smash that like and subscribe button, become a subscriber to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time I post something new. So with that down and out of the way, let's get down into our discussion. So we kick off with a Renaissance fair 85, and the Loki variant has appeared and seems to have caused a branch in the timeline. We know at this point that a change in the timeline occurs in the form of a branch. The minute this branch touches the red line, it throws the sacred timeline into chaos. So the job of most of the timeline is to prune the timeline before it reaches the red line. So the variant comes into play and seems to have created a branch. So the TVA sends a few Minutemen out. That means they are soldiers. They send them out to find out and prune the timeline. They carry their reset charges. So when they're there, they get ambushed. It's a trap set by this Loki variant, and the variant uses its powers to control one of the Minutemen named C20, I believe. So this variant uses its powers to control her, and she goes up against her comrades and just takes them out one by one, and then the variant takes C20 as hostage. So the first time she's taking a hostage has been taken. So meanwhile, Loki is back at the TVA. He's getting some sort of an orientation course by Miss Minutes. Miss Minutes is quizzing him on all the rules and stuff like that, and he is not being nice. He's being pretty mean to her, which kind of made me feel bad, but it was also pretty funny. All the while he's going through this old Jet Skis magazine that seems to belong to Agent Mobius. So then Mobius comes in and says, yeah, the variant is in play. Has attacked another group of Minutemen. Let's go. So Loki is given this jacket with the huge word variant written on the back. Some nice photo for some cosplaying and stuff like that. So Loki wears this jacket, and just before they pass through the doorway, the portal, Mobius gives a small introduction or like a briefing session, and we see various versions of Loki. Like there's this one version where he looks like a Hulk, similar to the Hulk. There's another version which seems to be him winning some trophy, some soccer trophy or something. So there are various variants of Loki. And once this is explained, they move on to the portal. Loki tries to trick Mobius by lying to him so that he can trick him into getting a meeting with the keepers of the time. And at this point, Mobius is having none of it. He's on to him like real fast. So he realizes he's lying. And he's really disappointed. They end up coming back from the mission. They reset the charges, prune the timeline, and they return. They come back empty-handed without having caught the variant because of Loki's mischief and trickery. So, the boss, the judge lady played by Gugu Mbathrao, I believe her name is Rivona something. I'm not pretty sure. So I'll check it out later. So Rivona, the judge lady, she's dishing it out to Agent Mobius and saying, why do you trust him and stuff like that. And she's basically giving him a real talk down, but he says that he does believe him, and he knows him well enough to know how much to trust him. So we head back, and Mobius is real pissed with Loki. He orders Loki to go through the records. Now, while Loki is going through these records, he, realizes something. This mainly happens when he sees the record of the apocalypse event of the destruction of Asgard. Now the thing is, apocalypse event doesn't mean entire universe ending. It could be just an event where a massive city or a country or a continent or maybe even a world is wiped out. But it's just a large disaster that could be natural, man, anything of such, like a hurricane, or it could be a volcanic eruption or something like that. So this Loki realizes that using these apocalypse events to hide, because once enters these timelines, whatever changes he or she makes gets wiped out by the apocalypse. So it's not being detected by the TVA. So I loved the way he explained this to Mobius. Mobius is sitting with his salad, and he's all into it. He wants to eat that salad. And then Loki comes and takes the salad away, puts the salt and the pepper and stuff like that, and pours stuff in it, and totally ruins that salad. All the while explaining what he means and what he thinks the variant is doing. I kind of liked the way they do the exposition parts. This looks like a series in which there's going to be a lot of exposition. First, they used that little animated cartoon of the 80s with Miss Minutes, and this time Loki uses the salt and pepper and ruined salad, technique to explain it to Mobius, and Mobius realized, maybe he is onto something. So now they decide to go out and check whether Loki's theory is true. So they go to Pompeii just prior to the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, which wiped out all of Pompeii. So they just go there, and Mobius is like, do something small that will cause. Don't make too much of a change, because suppose we are wrong. Loki's not having any of that. He goes all out and tells the people, oh, hear ye, you are about to die, and he's doing all this, and then Mobius realizes there's no branching in the timeline. There's absolutely zero, change or anything. And then Mount Vesuvius erupts and Pompeii is destroyed. So now they have realized that this is indeed what the variant is using to to hide their tracks. So now they have an idea. Now the thing is, there are loads of, how the hell are they going to narrow it down to the one where the variant is hiding? So while they are discussing that, Loki are kind of having a discussion. And you know what I really like about this episode? This series seems to be just a means to string along interesting conversations between Loki and Mobius, and they kind of discuss the purpose of the TVA, their end game and stuff like that. And Mobius is like, at the end we will have perfect, order, and the time will be perfectly set and stuff like that, and Loki counteracts with his arguments and all. But from what I picked up from Mobius saying, I mean, it's like the Time Lords are the ones who decide which time gets pruned and does not, which multiverse or which timeline gets pruned or not. They set up this timeline, they decide everything. So what about free will? Are they taking away free will? Sounds like they are using they want order by by bringing, kind of like what all villains and dictators want to do. They want to assert their power, what dictators do, right? So Loki fires back with that, and they have a really interesting conversation. And while they are doing that, Mobius realizes that he has this candy that he took from the kid in episode 1 at the church. The kid at the church had a bit of candy. The kid who points to the very infamous stained glass painting that looks extremely like Mephisto, but I'm pretty sure he just meant that it was Loki. So he had candy that the variant had given him. So Mobius is in possession of that candy right now. So they use that candy to cross-reference apocalyptic events, and they narrow it down to this place in Alabama. And so they realize that the variant is hiding there in that bomb shelter sort of thing in a supermarket. So they decide, okay, we need, Mobius realizes, okay, this is where we are going to catch the variant. We need to go now. So somehow he manages to talk to the judge lady and, gets her to Ravonna. I'm sorry, I'm messing it up. I will just call her judge lady from now on. So he goes to Google Matra, the judge lady, and she's like, listen, you can go ahead with it, but this is your last warning regarding Loki. So Mobius is like, don't worry, it'll be all right. We need to catch this variant. So they prepare, they go out. It's raining there because, of course, it's a hurricane, and they get all wet and they enter. And then they split up, Mobius and a team going in one direction, and Loki and one Minuteman going in one direction. So when they enter, they are being watched by the Loki variant, and the Loki variant seems always to be one step ahead of them. Now this variant confronts our Loki, and they never show their face. They always are using an enchantment and controlling others. And I thought a lot of all those who were being controlled, they were very good at the acting. Lady Minuteman, I think B21 or something, when she gets possessed, gets enchanted by the Loki variant, the way she mirrors, Loki's exact mannerisms was spot on. And I thought all of the, cast in that did it very well, particularly the people who were being enchanted. And Loki is like stalling for time. He's telling the variant, I've gotten to the TVS good books. I'm going to meet the timekeepers and I'm going to take over. I need a lieutenant. Will you be my, my minion sort of? Will you be my minion? And then, while he's talking to her, the variant, at that point, Owen Wilson, that is Agent Mobius, and his team have located C-20. That is the Minuteman who was taken hostage. Now she is delirious. She's like freaking out completely, and she tells them, I told the variant how to get to the Time Lords. We cut back to Loki and the variant, and Loki is like, why are you doing this? What do you wish to gain through all this? He thinks he knows because, he thinks he knows the variant because it's supposed to be another version of him. And then we have the big reveal that the variant is actually a female version of Loki. So this is Lady Loki. Now I don't know much of the specifics behind the character Lady Loki. There is a Lady Loki in the comics, and I don't know the specifics behind this character, but she's like, so you think that's it? You think all this is about you? Well, it's not all about you. And then she presses a button and she's set reset charges, those little lantern type reset things that she's been stealing. She's got, loads of them scattered all around. She sends them through portals and they end up in different timelines, and now Nexus events start happening and branches start forming. Back at the TVA, the Sacred timeline is going haywire. There are branches in all directions. The TVA is having to scramble all their Minutemen. It's absolute chaos. All this while, the Lady Loki opens a portal and she's about to step through. She waves to him and just steps through. Now Loki is conflicted. Do I follow her and go through through the portal, or do I, stay here and wait for Mobius? And Mobius turns up and he's like, Loki, don't go. And Loki is like, you can see he's having a difficult time deciding what. And finally he makes his choice, goes through the portal, and we end on that note. Now I'd like to, I've got to talk about the timekeepers. Okay, there's something fishy going on about these timekeepers who control the timeline and stuff. I don't know, I get call it bad juju or something, I get a bad feeling about them. I don't think that they are inherently very good. I have a feeling they've got their own motives. I don't know what's driving them, what's keeping them, what their end goal is, what their end game, their objective is. But I'm guessing it's not as rooted in good as people seem to think. Is the judge lady involved in this? How deep is she in this? Because at one point Mobius says, I myself have never, met the timekeepers. I'm guessing it's going to be sort of like a Wizard of Oz moment, because these timekeepers sure do not seem to be everything that they claim to be. Why I think they are mainly the like sort of villains, not exactly the good guys, is because at the end of this we are going into the multiverse of madness with Doctor Strange. So there's definitely a chaotic rip in the timeline, which branching in the timeline, which is causing all these multiverses. So I'm really interested in seeing where this goes. I'm interested very much in Lady Loki's objective. Now, Loki is essentially a very selfish guy. So if she were really a variant of him, wouldn't she be also inherently selfish? But she, at that time, this is not about you. Could it be she's got grander, she's more ambitious than we realize? We're just gonna have to watch and. Another thing I really love about this Loki series, what I've gotten so far, are the buddy cop moments between, Agent Mobius and Loki. I thought they do that very well, and the humor comes off beautifully. They're very well. The chemistry between Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston is chef's kiss. It's that good. And I'm wondering now that Loki and Mobius are separated. Loki, of course, goes through the time portal. Since they are separated, will there be an end to them teaming up, sort of, for the time being? I do hope to get more moments like that with them. Also, I'd like to see more of these apocalyptic type events. Mostly, they may they may address them, they may visit some of these apocalyptic events, because when they show the timeline of all the events that are occurring, all the branches in the timeline that are occurring, you've got stuff like Asgard, you've got Titan, you've got Boromir. So this is not happening only on Earth, it's happening all over the cosmos in the universe. So I think by the time we finish the Loki series, it's going to have a massive impact on the MCU and the direction the MCU takes going on forward. And I am hyped to see it. Now, they have set up a whole lot of questions for which I'm hungering for the answers, and I can't wait to get them. I do hope the answers are satisfactory, and these first two episodes of the Loki series are the best first two episodes of all the MCU series that we've had so far. And like I said, WandaVision took its time working in. Loki gets straight to it. My main critique of Falcon and Winter Soldier was I didn't get a sense of stake. You get that straight away with the Loki series, and color me, happy, enthused, anticipatory. I'm just dying to see what they give us next. What are your theories? Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think Lady Loki has in mind? What do you think is going to happen to Loki? Is he telling the truth about wanting to, take over from the Time Lords, or is that a ploy, or what is he up to? Hit me down in the comment section below. I want to hear your theories. I want to know what you think. As for what I think, I laid it all out. Still marinating on it. I'd love to watch more videos on YouTube to check out all the various, theories and speculations. So hit me down in the comment section below and feel free to spoil away. And you can always contact me on Twitter simply at Mercy_D. Don't forget, I'm available on Instagram at Mercy_SD. And the Funny Pajamas Facebook page is always ready for you, simply at Funny Pajamas. Don't forget to check out the website. Now that's cool. Check out the website simply at www.funny-pajamas.com. Need I say it? Pajamas with a Y. And if you do want to contact me by email, on mercy@funny-pajamas.com. And I know I don't have to tell you guys that pajamas in this case is with a Y. That's all I have for you right now. So I'll see you in the next one. Till then, can't wait for more Loki goodness. Wednesdays the new Fridays. With that, this is Mercy signing out. Bye. Have a good one, everyone.